Hi guys, hope you're happy and doing well today. Welcome back to Kiss Magic Hands family. Today, we're taking you on a trip to Borrego Springs, just a couple of hours east of San Diego. Borrego Springs is famous for its amazing metal sculptures, a perfect blend of craftsmanship and natural desert beauty. These life-size metallic sculptures are truly stunning. And the best part? It's free to visit them. You can drive right up to most of the sculptures. A few are fenced off for protection, but you can still walk around and enjoy them. Just a little tip, these sculptures are very rusty and sharp, so please be careful. Keep a close eye on children and pets to avoid any accidents. Also, remember there are no restrooms near the sculptures. You'll find public restrooms at Christmas Circle Park, but be aware they might be closed in the evening. We recommend spending at least 2 to 3 hours exploring. It really depends on how many sculptures you want to see and how many amazing photos you want to take. The best time to visit is between October and May, especially during the beautiful spring desert bloom. Dogs are allowed, but make sure they stay on a leash and that you clean up after them. Bring plenty of drinks and an ice chest because it can get really hot out there. You can buy more supplies in town if needed. And if you have a high-clearance vehicle, that's even better for getting closer to the sculptures. Now, let's talk about the sculptures themselves. The sculptures are divided into two main sections, one on the left side and one on the right side of Christmas Circle Park. We started with part 1. The first sculptures we visited were the Peccarian camels. These were so big and realistic that for a second, we felt like we had stepped back into prehistoric times. Even though the area around the sculptures is a bit deserted, cars can get pretty close, which makes it very convenient for families. Next, we moved on to see the scorpion and cricket sculptures. This was one of my personal favorites. I had never seen such a huge scorpion and cricket before, and the amount of detail put into crafting them was simply mind-blowing. We spent a good amount of time there taking memorable photos and just admiring the incredible workmanship. From there, we visited the grape field sculpture. It looks just like a real vineyard planted right in the middle of the desert. The grape clusters looked so real, it almost made us want to reach out and pick them. After that, we explored a group of sculptures featuring piggies, kitties, brown sloths, and tapirs. Each one had its own charm and character. It was fascinating to see how the artist captured the movement and emotions of these animals so well using just metal. Then came the most impressive sculpture of all, the colossal serpent. This giant serpent stretches across both sides of the road, its body disappearing into the desert sand and re-emerging on the other side. Standing next to it, you can really appreciate the sheer size and the unbelievable effort that must have gone into creating it, especially in the harsh desert heat. Next, we visited the bighorn sheep sculptures. Some of them are depicted fighting, while others are calmly grazing. The scenes felt very real and alive, showing both the wild and peaceful sides of desert life. After that, we saw elephants and llamas, beautifully crafted and standing proudly against the blue sky and desert background. One of the most exciting stops for my son was the Jeep on stone sculpture. It shows a Jeep trying to climb over rocky obstacles, and it looks so real and adventurous. It felt like you could just hop in and start your own off-road journey. Then we visited the gold miner with his horse. We joked about wanting to steal this treasure because he looked so determined to guard it. We also saw the Padres with a dog sculpture. It had a slightly spooky feeling, especially with the intent look on the dog's face, but it was still fascinating to see. The last sculpture we visited in part 1 was the Indian head, standing tall and proud, a perfect symbol of strength and heritage. Since we visited during spring, we were lucky enough to enjoy the desert flowers blooming everywhere. The vibrant colors against the sandy background made the whole place look magical. After finishing part 1, we drove over to part 2. Here, the sculptures were even bigger and more dramatic. We saw an eagle with its nest and another eagle carrying a pig. These sculptures were so large and lifelike that it felt like we were in the middle of a wildlife documentary. Next, we moved on to see the T-Rex and other dinosaur sculptures. If you love dinosaurs, this part is a dream come true. They were massive, powerful, and so beautifully detailed. Then we saw the big-toothed cat and a horse sculpture, each one more impressive than the last. The size, the detail, and the way they seemed to be frozen in motion was just incredible to witness. Our final stop was a huge elephant sculpture, one of the largest and most majestic pieces there. It truly was the perfect way to end our sculpture tour. We had such an amazing time exploring all these incredible sculptures at Borrego Springs. It was a day full of adventure, wonder, and lots of family fun. Thank you so much for joining us on this journey. If you enjoyed it, please make sure to like, subscribe, and support our Kiss Magic Hands channel. We can't wait to take you along on our next adventure. See you next time.